Hi, ninth graders. So today we're going to be finishing up our work on Criterion B, which is this is the last task in our unit, task 4 of Criterion B. And to do that, you're going to be creating a planning diagram or drawing that outlines the requirements that you would need hypothetically to complete the design. Remember, we're not doing criteria C and D this unit. This is our last one, so we're just making some hypothetical planning diagrams and drawings. And you also need to consider the materials that it would take to complete the product, whether they're digital or physical. So to see some examples and of how you can complete today's assignment, you should look at this document here called 9 Planning Diagram and Drawing. To complete the 4th task, you have to create a sketch, or it can be a digital representation if you'd like. So it can be either digital or sketched, that's fine. That shows requirements that your design would need to have to be completed or functional. So you should try to show 2 views of your designs from different sides if it's a physical design, or maybe different pages or features if it's a digital design like an app or a website. And you should also, in these planning diagrams or drawings, you should highlight any big dimensions or special features that your design needs to have in order to be successful. So if we look at these pictures here, here's an example on how to show a physical object from different views. And then an example of if you were going to do an app or some kind of website, this is a way to show it from different views, showing different pages of it, maybe showing you how the menu works, things like that. That is how you show different aspects of a design for planning. In your planning diagram, you should be sensitive to like measurements and ratios, so be sure that you keep those consistent in your planning diagrams. This doesn't mean that you need to spend hours on them, just be careful as you do them. Again, you can do these digitally if you like. I'm perfectly fine to have digital drawings or representations using some digital design tools. That's completely fine. Once you complete that, showing your design from a couple of angles or showing off a couple features and writing any sort of clarifying comments or dimensions. Once you've done that, you just need to complete at this table here, which talks about maybe the materials that you would need or the things you would have to understand how to do to create your product. So I've given you an example here of what I mean by that. So for example, if you're making a physical design, this means listing off the materials you'd need. So for example, poster paper. That's a physical material for a physical design. So maybe this person needs 3 poster papers, and you give the specific measurements or colors or whatever it is that you're going to need, and then explain the purpose. That's it. And then you would do that with each of the physical materials. For if you're making a digital design, you would do the same thing, but maybe just explain the digital tools that you would need to understand or know how to use and do in order to make your design. So for example, I would need, if I'm making an app, I would have to know how to use a specific kind of software, right? So, and then I would have to explain maybe how I would learn how to use that software. So if you're making a physical, if you've planned to make a physical design, if you've chosen a physical design with your teacher, you're going to list off the physical things that you'd need, hypothetically. And then if you're hypothetically making a digital design for your teacher, you have to list off the things you'd need to know how to do in order to create that app. So once you finish this and you've created your planning diagram and you've listed the materials you'd need, once you've done that, you're going to add this task 4 to your design journal for Criterion B, and then you'll submit that on ManageBack. So the due date for that is today, the 8th of May, today Friday, the 8th of May. So be sure to submit that. And know that our summative, so when Criterion A and B, that will be due on May 18th. So we're going to have 10 days between the due date of Criterion B and May 18th to do some editing for all of your work and to get your design journals ready to be turned in. All of your work for Criterion B needs to be submitted today. This gives me a chance to give you feedback that you can use next week and leading up to the 18th, because remember, next week I won't have class on Friday. That's a day for you to work on your services action, so I won't have you in class. So next week I'll just have you on Monday and Wednesday, and then our summative is due that next Monday. So it's really important that you get this design journal for Criterion B in as soon as possible. If you can't, however, know that Monday is going to be a catch-up day. So if you're really falling behind or you're really stressed, know that you can have Monday to catch back up in design. And Wednesday will be our day to edit. So if you want to be able to use Wednesday's class next week to edit for your criterion A and B to get ready for your summative assessment, you're going to need to be sure to get that into me by Monday. To get your design journal for criterion B into me by Monday. Even though it's due today, Monday will be a catch-up day if you need it, okay? But make sure it's into me by Monday so you can use Wednesday to edit and that you'll have no stress and be able to focus on your services action during Friday and just get ready to submit our summative that next Monday. If you have any questions about this, I'm going to be online today between 11:20 and 11:50, so I'll be online almost our whole class time to help you. So if you have any questions, just come on and talk to me. I'll be there. I hope that you have a great day and a great weekend, and hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.